लाइट गया है क्या? अरे यार, तुम्हारा वाला बंद हो गया? चल रहा है?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bera, Mr. Bera. Okay. So another 3 minutes and then we will start.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Eve Asello. Eve, hello. Mahadevan, welcome.
Good afternoon, all. Good afternoon, Nandi.
Good afternoon, Mahadevan. Very nice seeing you. George, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Nandi.
Yes, Dr. Chatterjee, good afternoon. So we'll start in another 2 minutes. Kindly bear with us. Priyan, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Nandi.
Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today afternoon, we have an interesting presentation on common topic, that is Global Aluminium Industry Outlook 2025. This is being presented by Mr. Rupankar Majumdar. He is managing editor of AL Circle Private Limited and working since 2019 in bauxite, alumina, and aluminium industry. And he is covering a wide topics starting from bauxite prices, forecasts, alumina prices, forecasts, and aluminium prices. So I will not take much time. And this is a short presentation, I think about 30 minutes presentation maximum. And I will request IBAAS office to start his presentation. Then Rupankar will be available to answer your queries after the 30 minutes presentation. And you can ask your question to Mr. Majumdar, Rupankar Majumdar of AL Circle. So he will answer the questions. So let us start the presentation. Priyanka, please start the presentation.
Good evening, friends, esteemed guests, industry leaders, industry professionals, innovators, aluminum enthusiasts, and my dear colleagues. I am Rupankar Majumdar, the managing editor and the deputy general manager at Al Circle. It is pleasure to welcome you today in today's session, where we will delve into the industry focus report by Al Circle, Global Aluminum Industry Outlook 2025. We all know that the aluminum industry is at the forefront of innovation and sustainability. And I'm excited to discuss the aluminum industry's key developments and key trends with you. And I will highlight the key insights shaping the future. I'm starting our study of the Global Aluminum Industry Outlook 2025, the Global Economic Outlook by the IMF, because macroeconomic conditions significantly impact the aluminum sector. The global growth is projected at 3.3% both in 2025 and 2026, and it was stable at 3.2% in 2024. The IMF's global growth and contribution reveals that Asia and Pacific region with 4.4% in 2025 and for 4.3% in 2026. However, for North America, it will be at 2.1% in 2025 and 2% in 2026, while in South America, it will be 2.7% for both 2025 and 2026. And for Western Europe, it will be at 1.3% in 2025 and 1.5% in 2026. And in Western Europe and in Eastern Europe, it will be at 2.1% in 2025 and 2.2% in 2026, while the Middle East at 3.8% in 2025 and 4.1% in 2026, while Africa will be at 4.2% in 2025 and 4.4% in 2026. As we all know that aluminum consumption is closely linked to the GDP growth, sectors like construction, automotive, packaging, and aerospace are the major aluminum consumers. Respond directly to the global trends, economic trends, and the economic outlook shape, trade policies, the foreign investments, and the infrastructure spending. The IMF stance on the inflation and the interest rates affects the production cost, financing for the new projects, and energy prices, all critical for the aluminum sector. The IMF provides region as well as country-specific forecasts, which help access aluminum demand in key markets, China, the US, the Europe, India. If a region's growth slows, the aluminum consumption in that market could be affected. Global economic trends influence the governments and the corporate investment in sustainability, which impacts the aluminum industry's transition to the low carbon production. The Global Aluminum Industry Outlook is a comprehensive study of the global aluminum value chain. And here we will study a brief about the United States economic overview. As being the United States has a highly developed mixed economy, and it is the world's largest economy by the nominal GDP, and the second largest by the purchasing power parity, what we say the PPP. The Federal Reserve's monthly index of the industrial production and the related capacity indexes of the capacity utilization rates cover manufacturing, mining, and electric, gas, and utilities. The industrial sector, together with the construction, accounts for the bulk of the variation in the national output over the course of the business cycle. The industrial detail provided by these measures helps illuminate structural developments in the economy. The industrial production index measures the real output of all the establishments located in the United States, regardless of their ownership. The observation reveals that during the COVID phase, the US Industrial Production Index shows a dip, and again following the time, it regained to rise. The aligned with the US GDP growth rate in 2020 shows dip at minus 2.2%, and in the following year in 2021 it rose to 6.1%, and in 2024 it remained at 2.8%, while in 2025 it is predicted to stand at 2.7%. Aluminum industry was in an anticipation that with the comeback of Mr. Donald Trump as the US president, there will be some decision which will impact the aluminum sector, and it has came up. The global impact and the reactions. The introduction to the new tariffs. The Trump administration has reintroduced aluminum tariffs to protect domestic industries. The move follows previous tariffs under Section 232, which were imposed citing national security concerns. US traders and manufacturers brace for potential supply chain disruptions and increased cost. Impact on US businesses and the economy. Higher tariffs may increase raw material costs for downstream aluminum industries, impacting profitability. Domestic aluminum producers may benefit from reduced foreign competition. US manufacturers reliant on imported aluminum face cost pressures, potential leading to consumer prices. International reaction and retaliatory measures. The European Union strongly opposes the tariffs and warns of countermeasures, including trade restriction on the US exports. China and other exporting nations may seek alternative markets or impose retaliatory tariffs on the US goods. Potential trade wars and geopolitical consequences. Tariffs could trigger a global trade war affecting aluminum supply chain, and the international economic relations. US allies express concerns over the protectionist policies, straining the diplomatic ties. Uncertainty in the global markets could lead to increased price volatility for aluminum. Foreign policy and geopolitical risk. A Trump administration signals potential shift in policy in foreign policy, including reconsideration support for Ukraine. A potential shift in the economic relationship between the EU 27 and the United States could introduce elements of uncertainty affecting Europe's financial resilience and market equilibrium. Increased tensions with the EU could escalate current geopolitical conflicts or spark new crises. Rise in the global per capita income is closely aligned with the growth in the global aluminum consumption. In 2024, it was around 100.8 million tons, and in 2025, it was 104.2 million tons. So if you see in the slide, it clearly says in 2024, the per capita GDP was 13,900 US dollars. And in 2025, it is predicted to rise at 14,450 US dollars according to the IMF. And so the reasons why. So why, when we say what will this drive this consumption? So it is the urbanization and the infrastructure growth. As the economy grows and the per capita income rises, urbanization increases. This drives the demand for housing, commercial buildings, bridges, and other infrastructure, all of which require aluminum in construction, transportation, and power transmission. Automotive and transportation expansion. Higher income levels lead to greater car ownership and demand for lightweight vehicles. Aluminum is increasingly used in the electric vehicles and fuel efficient cars due to its lightweight and sustainability benefits. The rise of the middle class consumption. A growing middle class, particularly in emerging economies like China, India, and the Southeast Asia, fuels demand for consumer electronics like the smartphones, laptops, home appliances. Aluminum packaging like beverage cans, food containers, and the household goods like furniture, kitchenwares. However, in the energy and power infrastructure expansion, economic growth leads to increased investment in energy grids, power transmissions, and renewable energy, solar panels, wind turbines, and all of which require aluminium. Sustainable and circular economic trends. As the per capita income rises, there is a strong emphasis on the sustainability and recycling initiatives. Aluminium being infinitely recyclable benefits from green policies and corporate sustainable commitments, technological advancement and innovations. When we talk about the technological advancement and innovations, it is within the rising wealth, industries innovate more, leading to greater adoption of aluminum alloys, composite materials, and advanced manufacturing techniques in aerospace, high-speed rail, and defense. While in the food and the beverage sector growth, increased disposable income changes industry habits, increasing demand for processed food and beverages, driving aluminum packaging consumptions like the cans, foils, and the containers. The healthcare and and pharmaceutical demand. With the economic progress, healthcare spending rises, increasing the demand for pharmaceutical packaging, aluminum blister packs, tubes, and containers. The aluminum downstream sector is a vital part of the aluminum value chain, encompassing rolling, extrusion, and casting to produce finished and semi-finished products. It plays a crucial role in industries like automotive, packaging, construction, and aerospace, driving innovation and sustainability. The global aluminum usage by product type remained for 2024 in percentage in the global aluminum industry outlook, where it says that the extrusion hold the 34%, the FRP including the foil hold 32%, and the wires and cables took hold of 8%, the castings took the 23%, and the others remained at 3%. The bauxite market overview. The global metallurgical bauxite for aluminum market, the market size in 2023 was around $15.5 billion USD. And if you see the CAGR from 2023 to 2030, it shows at around 2.41%, and it is estimated to reach at $19.6 billion USD. So it is the bauxite market size, the metallurgical bauxite for the aluminum market. While, however, the global top 5 bauxite producing countries in 2024 is Guinea, the West African nation, stood at 131 million tons. Australia remained the number 2 at 106 million tons. China stood at 88 million tons. Brazil at number 4 stood at 32 million tons, while India with 24 million tons stood at number 5. Bauxite production trends and forecast. The global bauxite production trend and forecast for 2020 to 2025. The bauxite production stood at 391 million tons. In 2021, it dipped and it remained at 384 million tons. In 2022, it saw a rise by 5.4% and it stood at 405 million tons. In 2023, it stood at 425 million tons, while in 2024 we saw it stood at 440 million tons, and in 2025 we are expecting to reach it to 450 million tons. So it is the demand for the primary aluminium from the various sectors. It is gradually pushing the bauxite sectors to move and to rise or increase its production around the world. China's bauxite import. China's share of bauxite imports in 2024, where we have shared in the percentage form. Total, China imported 144.2 million tons, out of which 70% was imported from the Guinea, the West African nation. 25% was imported from Australia, and the rest of the amount they have imported from the other part of the world. Now coming to the alumina market overview, the smelter grade alumina SGM market outlook in 2023 was 52.6 billion USD, and with the CAGR with 5.28% from 2023 to 2030, it will reach to around 75.4 billion USD in 2030. And the global alumina production trend, it shows that it has rose from the last decades and from the last 2 decades. In 2024, the alumina production stood at 146.6 million tons, and in 2025, it is anticipated that the alumina production will rise to 152 million tons. Global alumina production trends and forecast. The global alumina production trend and forecast and projection for 2020 to 2025. In 2020, the production was around 133.1 million tons. In 2021, it is 138.6 million tons. In 2022, it is 142.2 million tons. In 2023, it was 143.3 million tons. In 2024, we have already stated it was 146.6 million tons, and for 2025, it is forecasted to reach at 152 million tons. However, the alumina price projection for 2025 will remain at around between the bound of 450 to 550 USD. Now we come to the primary aluminum market. The primary aluminum market volume between 2023 to 2025. The production and the consumption. In 2023, the production was around 70.7 million tons and the consumption was 69.9 million tons. In 2024, it is preliminarily estimated that the production was around 72.6 million tons while consumption stood at 72.4 million tons, while the forecast for 2023 is 74.5 million tons, and it will remain at 70, and the consumption will remain at 74.7 million tons. Primary aluminum price forecast, the LME price, the LME average price. In 2017, the LME average price was 1,969 USD. In 2018, it was 2,110 USD. In 2019, it was 1,792 USD. In 2020, the average LME price was 1,705 USD. In 2021, the average LME price stood at 2480 USD. In 2022, the average LME price stood at 2704. In 2023, the average LME price stood at 2250. In 2024, the average LME price stood at 2419. However, for 2025, it is predicted the LME average price would range between 2550 to 2610. Here we talk about the Southeast Asia aluminum industry upstream overview. The Southeast Asia is and is becoming one of the important part of the global aluminum industry. The primary aluminum production in this region has been 5.64 million tons in 2023. The primary aluminum production capacity is around 5.76 million tons. However, the alumina production in this region stood at 10.64 million tons. Alumina production capacity in this region is around 13.57 million tons. However, the bauxite production in this region stood at 46.7 million tons. Aluminium usage by end-use sector. As we all know that aluminium is a versatile metal and it has several uses across various industries. The global aluminium usage by end-use sector, the share of the year 2024 in percentage. It has been led by the transportation sector by 27%, taking hold of the 27%. The building and construction took hold of 22%. The packaging took 16%. The electrical and the electronic sector took 14%. And the industrial sector took the 8%, while the others remained at 13%. Global EV sales. The transportation sector is one of the key demand driver of aluminium, where EV plays a crucial role as the EV sales are rising due to the stricter emission regulation and advancement in the battery storage technology, in the battery technology, and the increasing consumer demand for sustainable transportation. Aluminium plays a crucial role in reducing vehicle weight, enhancing battery efficiency, and improving overall performance. Its use in the body structures, battery casings, and heat management systems makes EV lighter, safer, and energy efficient. However, in 2023, the global EV sales stood at 14 million units, and in 2024, the global EV sales remained at 17.1 million units. Let us hear about a bit about the secondary aluminium. Secondary aluminium is gaining importance due to its significant lower energy consumption, up to 95% less than the primary aluminium, making it a more sustainable option. The growing emphasis on circular economy and carbon reduction goals is driving industries to increase recycled aluminium usage. Additionally, advancements in sorting and processing technologies are enhancing the quality and the availability of secondary aluminium for higher performance application. The global recycled aluminium usage from 2023 to 2025, which shows that in 2023, the global recycled aluminium usage stood at 27.7 million tons. In 2024, it was around 28.4 million tons, while in 2025, it is projected to reach 29.5 million tons. global aluminum sector upstream overview. Production, the bauxite, alumina, and the primary aluminum, and including the red mud. In 2024, the global bauxite production stood at 440 million tons. The alumina production stood at 146.6 million tons. The processed bauxite, or we say the red mud generation, have stood at 180 million tons. However, the primary aluminum production remained at 72.6 million tons. Now we have came to the conclusion part, the global macroeconomic outlook for 2025. The global economy is set to grow, and China's economy in 2025 is poised to be at a critical juncture. China will invest more on overseas in aluminium value chain. Metal prices, which rose by 6% in 2024, will slightly dip in 2025-26. Though aluminium, nickel, and tin may experience price increases. Rising recycled aluminium demand is outpacing high-quality scrap supply, straining recycling networks. Get a copy of the Global Aluminium Industry Outlook report. You can subscribe from here directly by clicking on subscribe now, or you can send an email to the booking@lcircle.com, or even you can send an email to me, rmajumdar@lcircle.com. There's a special coupon code for all the IBAAS audience and the members. There's a 15% off. You just need to put their IBAAS 15. The current price of the report is $999 USD, and the offered price is $849 USD. And the 15% discount is on $849 USD. So get your booking done today. Before concluding this session on the Global Aluminium Industry Outlook 2025, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of you for your participation. A special thanks to Dr. Ashok Nandi for his invaluable contributions, as well as to IBAAS, Wood Mackenzie, the Australian Aluminium Council, SPEDIA, and the International Aluminium Institute for their support in developing this report. I would also like to express my deep appreciation to Mr. Kamal Prakash, Director of Unit 7 Engineering, whose mentorship has been instrumental in this endeavor. Thank you and goodbye.
Thanks, Mr. Majumdar, for one of the good presentation, general presentation, and it's highlighted from bauxite, alumina, and aluminium complete value chain. So now session is open for discussion, and I will request audience to ask the question to our guest from AL Circle. So question for AL Circle, please. Rupankar is here, so he will answer online. Maheshwar Behra, please. Please. Mr. Behra.
Yeah. How the forecasts were taken? What is the basis of taking all figures, the forecasting figures? What is the basis?
The basis is various research. We do a various research throughout the year. We study the LME and the SHAP price and other global prices. And we also have industry experts whom we are in a daily consultations. And we also check up the inventories, the global consumption patterns, and the demand structures. So it's a whole year study we keep on tracking. And this is how we forecast.
Okay. And this Guinea export of bauxite, will it continue or it will affect due to present world trade situation?
As of it was, they have a problem with only one shipping part of EGA. That was the customs part. But other than that, there was no such news of any other issues. And although they are pressuring the companies to build up alumina plants, so there are some talks going on about that. but there is no something concrete that it is happening. But it has to happen, and I think the Guinea has to also restructure their power resource because plants, if you want to make an alumina plant, and African power infrastructure is not one of the best in the world, so that has to be taken care of. But it is also not sure that the customs that has stopped one shipping of bauxite. When did it release, or did it release or not? That news is not revealed as of now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Shreyan here. Mr. Majumdar, I just wanted to understand again on the bauxite side, like we see an increase in capacities for alumina, which is already commissioned, and part of it is going to be commissioned in due course. So with that, there would be an increase in bauxite requirement. So you see a gap in the bauxite supply within India and the requirements of the domestic alumina refineries in India. And if Guinea has a problem supplying alumina or bauxite into India, so would there be which other sources could the Indian alumina producers could look at?
I will, as of now, the situation we have seen, we don't think Guinea will be having some problems. Though they don't have an elected government, that is true. But I don't. I have been in Africa for around 7 years. I have been to West Africa. I have stayed there. I don't think that it will happen in that way. But there are other countries like Ivory Coast, Cameroon. They are also having the bauxite developments now. Although there is a bauxite in Ghana, but that is already taken up by China, because they have something with China, and also with Ghana is working with Greece. So there are some, as of my knowledge, there are some small bauxite traders are already working in Ivory Coast. Indian traders. I have not sure about the names, but there are some Indian traders working in Ivory Coast. They tried to reach me even because they have some stocks and all those things. So if you need any, if you have any requirement of bauxite for the Indian, for trade or something, do let us know. We have a lot of sources. We can help you out in that way. But as of now, we don't think there will be too much of or any supply constraint in a big way.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Majumdar.
Yeah, Mr. Behra, some more question?
No, I don't have any question. No,
Okay,
it's
okay.
okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, Mahadevan, any question? Mahadevan?
I think Mr. Das has a question.
Mr. Das, yeah, Mr. Das, please.
Mr. Das, please unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, unmute.
Nothing, Nandi, from my side. Sorry.
Okay, no problem, Mahadevan, no problem. Mr. Das, unmute. Yes, now we
Hello.
can. Hello.
The government of India has set an ambitious target of 10 million tons of aluminium, primary aluminium by 2030. But as of today, it is around 4.3 million or so. How do you think this demand will be projected? Capacity will be met? We do not have greenfield projects, only the Vedanta brownfield expansion of around 2 million ton or something.
Yes. There is an expansion of Balco.
Yeah, that is what I said.
Yes. Other than that, I think that there are some new. There have been a new license for aluminium for I think for the Adani Group. But as of now, it is a statement and it has been a statement. If you ask us also that 10 million is an ambitious and the time is too short, and making an aluminium smelter and making the capacity double is quite it's not an easy job. In fact, instead of that, the government should have planned if they could have expanded the capacity of NALCO. It's a quite old plant and which has not been exceeded their production. They are in the 100% production of their capacity. But that's an ambitious plan they have. But we don't have that document of how they have planned and what is the actual thinking of if they are coming up with new plants or expansion in the government areas. That is not. Other than that, first also we have to look at what is our per capita consumption of aluminium. Production and export is a different part. Our per capita consumption of aluminium versus the world average is also very poor. So there is also a question for that. And I think it's too early to quote for now that 10 million that the government which has quoted. I think that will take another 2 years to actually know everybody of us how it will happen.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Mr. Majumdar, I'm Shreyan here again. Just to add to that question, just another.
Yes, please.
I mean, what we have seen is in the past many years, although there have been increase in capacities by the existing aluminium producers, increase in smelter capacities or adding new capacities, but every producer seems to be facing issues with respect to bauxite supplies. So, do you see anything from the government side in respect to facilitating the smelters in India with new mining leases or anything that's coming up in that direction?
See, mining leases in India, it's not about the mining leases. Our problem is more than the mining leases. Even if you get a mining lease, there are some local issues that comes up, and then it goes to the court, and it takes a lot of time to resolve. So the government of India, any plant which wants to increase, I think they should have a secondary plant to have, or a scope to import bauxite from out of the country. Mining leases then goes to court, takes 2-3 years, then it starts up. It is it's not a healthy way. So India or the Indian producers have to think to go out and bring bauxite that way. Like that plant called Anrak in Andhra Pradesh.
Yes.
So that's the only, because they couldn't mine in Andhra Pradesh, stealing the ports and all those things. Even to some extent, from Odisha mines are also in the ports. So it will not be an easy task. It is better to get the bauxite imported. Your price will be a bit high, your costings will be a bit high, but still, aluminium is the middle of the future. So definitely they have to have a plan B.
Yeah, I think you mentioned Andrak. Andrak originally was conceived as, they had a smelter project coming up after the refinery, but I think they didn't. They are already facing issues with respect to bauxite supplies.
There are a lot of issues, but at least they have resolved a bit of the bauxite issue. I think some shipments are there for them. So it will happen. But we have to, the Indian market has to think of a plan B. If you want to have a mines here, and it will take a lot of time. But there are some countries, the West Africa and Africa part, there are bauxites there. They can bring it from.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this presentation will be available on IBAAS website, and also you can see in YouTube. The Priyanka IBAAS office will give you a link for YouTube. So this presentation will be available. Anybody who are interested, they can go to IBAAS website and download the presentation. And we are planning next lecture series in the month of March also. So every month there will be a lecture series on on various topics of aluminum industry. Thank you very much to be in this lecture series, and we will welcome your feedback on this. Thank you very much. See you then. Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.